The date was 1989. The location is Seattle, Washington. It was an active night on September 9th. 20 engine companies responded to a 4-alarm fire at the vacant Blackstock lumber warehouse. The blaze was isolated in just one wing of the building. However, within minutes, the fire grows into one of the largest fires in Seattle's history. Matt Johnson and Bill Meredith were two of the first firefighters to get inside. According to Bill Meredith, the two of them went up to the second floor that appeared to have been a mezzanine of some sort, when all of a sudden there was a tremendous heat that came out of nowhere. The ceiling exploded into a 5,000-degree wall of flames. The heat was so extreme that Matt Johnson was having problems breathing, and it felt like they were being baked alive. Unable to breathe, Matt stays put while Bill goes to try and get help. However, Bill gets lost in the complex as it's burning. Bill said that he's been burned before. However, this is something he's never experienced before. It's as if he was being x-rayed with heat. Bill is finally able to get to the rest of his group. However, Matt Johnson is found dead among the rubble of the building. Matt was only 32 years old. He was married and had a 15-month-old child. According to fire investigator Dennis Fowler, he believes that the fire at the Blackstock lumber warehouse seemed to be the same type of fire that he's been investigating. The fires are the product of an arsonist that he's been tracking for years. According to Dennis Fowler, the arsonist is a 10 on the danger scale. That every fire the arsonist starts will always totally destroy the building. Dennis goes on to talk about the fires that are so dangerous because it puts out so much heat and energy that your normal fire hose and water are not enough to knock it out. Dennis first started to track the arsonist when the 40,000 square foot carpet exchange warehouse caught fire and the building was totally destroyed in 19 minutes. The fire was so intense that it boiled concrete and literally vaporized steel beams. The firefighters said that the fire was so hot that they never experienced this type of heat before. It should be noted that they were wearing state-of-the-art firefighting gear as of the time of the fire. The heat was so intense they couldn't even get near the fire because of the damage it would do to the hoses. Dennis Fowler and the fire investigators started to examine similar fires across the United States and Canada. They found in total 20 that were like the ones in Seattle. They believe that the fires were started by one person that they have dubbed the King of Arsonists. It's believed that the arsonist used a combination of chemicals that caused the fire's incredible heat and destructive capability. The temperatures of the fires range between 5 and 7,000 degrees, which is 3 times hotter than a normal fire. Upon combining various chemicals, the police investigators decided to do a control burn. They chose an abandoned shopping center. Within minutes, the shopping center was in ruins. The chemicals that the arsonist used were everyday chemicals. However, it took a specialist to know how to create the correct mixture of the chemicals to create the unique fire. They believe that the arsonist isn't just a common firebug, that he does this for profit, that people will contact him wanting a specific building destroyed. They will give him the specifics on the building and the arsonist will create the correct mixture. Once the building has been destroyed, he gets paid. They believe that he may or may not be an engineer. However, he does have a lot of knowledge. An eyewitness claims that he was driving along the road that ran parallel to the Blackstock warehouse when he saw a Mercedes Benz that could have been a late 70s or early 80s model. He said that the vehicle looked out of place for that area. Another eyewitness claims that she saw a person walking away from the crowd that gathered to see what was going on. According to her, the suspect paid no attention to the fire at all, as if he was avoiding it and was trying to get out of the area. Every time the firefighters have combated these types of fires, many firefighters have been injured, and sadly one of them was killed because someone died. This makes the case a homicide. If you have any knowledge about these fires, please call your local law enforcement or the fire department in Seattle, Washington. The final thought is just my opinion about what could have happened in the case you just watched. The final thought isn't meant to be taken as exact proof. One thing I like about Unsolved Mysteries is that it always allows us to play armchair detective and try to figure out what happened or who did it. Now, I don't have the privilege of showing the case in its entirety without getting my channel shut down. However, I will post the link to the video along with a timestamp in the description. It was never really said at exactly what points the eyewitnesses saw the Mercedes and the person walking away. For all we know, the person who was walking away could have been the same person who was driving the vehicle. I personally believe that the arsonist was never caught. The reason being that it seems like a person responsible has been at this for quite a while. According to the video, there was over 20 fires that bared signs of the fire at the Blackstock warehouse did. You aren't that prolific without being a pro. The firefighters now have a theory that will be posted in the update. I personally think that the person that the witness saw walking away was either the king of the arsonist himself or a worker. Now, onto the update. 6 years after the Blackstock lumber warehouse fire, the fire detectives reopened the case and examined it. They now believe it wasn't the act of a serial arsonist at all. They believe that the fires were caused by homeless people who were trying to stay warm. They don't believe that there was an arsonist at all. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. It's because of people like you that I make these videos. Our family may be small, but they are all very loyal. If you're a new viewer and you like what you saw, please leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to be alerted to when I release new videos, please click on the bell.